Hey guys, Chico, he provides. Hope you're doing well. We are blessed. We've wanted to start this series and this theme for some time. It's our debt-free journey. But you guys that follow us, you know we've been gone a lot the last few months. So much so that I'm just kind of over traveling. I don't want to stay in another hotel. I don't want to drive another 2 hours or 5 or 9 or I'm just kind of over it. And we're almost done. We're almost to the end. We've got one more big trip coming up, and there will periodically be the small trips. But as long as they're not coming every 2 or 3 weeks, they'll be easily dealt with. It'll go back to being kind of a treat if they're only come every 2 or 3 months or 4. So one big trip, and then we're back. We're going to slide back into a more routine, a more sensible routine. Our debt-free journey. Okay, anything I want to be better at, or anything that I need improvement on, I find good authors and good books, and I consume them, and I try to learn from them. Our debt-free journey actually started before my wife and I got together. We are in our 10th year of marriage, and we started dating this month 12 years ago. So, but I read this book, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. I think her and I were actually dating when I read it. It made a lot of sense to me. It opened my eyes, and I changed some of the habits, some of the ways I did things, but I didn't totally embrace it, and I didn't look at the baby steps as a way to get to where we need to go. Later I came across this book and I read it too. Since I've recently, in the past few weeks, I've reread both books. And we've also, I think somewhere in the middle of the first week of June, we also downloaded Dave Ramsey's Every Dollar app. We have it on our desktop and on our smartphones. And I cannot brag on it enough. Every Dollar app. It's easy peasy. It opens my eyes. We are so much further ahead of where we were just by utilizing that app. But now I also know that Dave's written other books. I started Entre Leadership some time ago. It just really wasn't where I'm at in life now. I read a few chapters, and I sold the book on eBay. But we were in Indianapolis recently, and I went and I found a half-price books. There are upsides to our travel. And I knew he had written this, and I wanted to purchase it. I got it for $8, I think, at a half-price books in excellent condition. And I've just started reading it. I'm in chapter 3. I just started reading it a few days ago. And one other thing. Whatever it is that I need to be better at, I'll buy the book. Many of you know that I mentored Dakota, fine young man. I'm proud of his gains. But Dakota has test anxiety. I mean, he balls up and knots up, and you could see he sweats, and his heart rate increases, and his blood pressure rises, and you can see the discomfort in him when it's time to take a test. In fact, the last semester of last year, his test-taking anxiety really did a number on all that he did, all the gains he made through the semester. So while I was up there, I was looking around in the back to school and like that, see if there's anything I can use to help him, and I found this book. Preparing the Student for Testing and Doing Better in School. I got it for $6, and if I can only get him to be better at taking tests, it'll be worth every penny. Different subject, but I've looked through the book. I think it's going to be great. I just wanted to share that with you. So, I'm reading Dave Ramsey. I'm using the debt-free or the Every Dollar app to get our budgeting right. And I got to tell you, we've got more money coming in than we realized. And some of the stuff that we've let languish, we don't have to let languish, and we're going to fix that. So where are we in our debt-free journey? Our actual debt, we don't owe anything on our vehicles. They're both old. My van's an '06, and I just put a new transmission in it last week to the tune of $3,300. Ouch! It hurt a little bit, but I believe the van will last me another 3 to 5 years. So I consider that a wise decision, as opposed to selling the van for $400, $500, $600, and then going out and having to buy another used vehicle. So it's old, but it's paid for. My wife's car is an '07 Honda, and we think it's going to last 2 more years, maybe more. It's got a lot of miles, but most of the miles were highway, and we know where we know the maintenance prior to our ownership. So our vehicles are old, but we owe no debt. We did in June start. No, in May we started an auto replacement fund. And when we started, we were just putting $100 a paycheck into it. We figured it's better than nothing. We're now working the kinks out of percentages per items, like household and utilities and giving and like that. So we're working that out, and we've increased that amount. And as we continue on and work more bugs out of our budget, we'll settle on what the right number is. But we started an auto replacement fund. Our home is not paid for. However, we have a 0% interest loan on our home. You don't get any better than that. And because our loan is a 0% interest, we're not too major concerned about paying it off. And here's the thing. Why? We don't have a retirement fund. We just in June started a retirement fund. I'm 57. I should have done this years ago, but I threw away a lot of years. My wife's 45. Neither one of us have a retirement fund. So we started investing into that. If you know the baby steps, baby step 4 is to invest 15% of your income into retirement. We're not quite there yet. We're still working the bugs out, but we're investing 10% of our income into retirement right now. Now, here's the thing about why we're not paying off our home. If I have an extra $200 this month, if I pay it on my home mortgage, then I'm getting a 0% interest rate on that money. Sure, my home will be paid off a little quicker, but I'm not killing off any interest. If I take that same $200 and I put it into a money market account or an online bank account, I'll get somewhere between 0.5% and maybe 1.75% on that money. So we're not in a rush to pay off the house, and our house payment is incredibly low. In fact, it's so low that it'd blow your mind, and I'm just not going to mention how low. But home's not paid for, 0% interest loan, and a very small monthly payment. We have no other debt. Occasionally, like I had 2 surgeries in the past, I don't know, year, whatever, a few months. I've had 2 surgeries. So we incurred debt with both of those. But currently in June we paid off a $160 medical bill, and there may be another one pop up. There may be 2 pop up. But we'll deal with those as they come. But currently, right now, we have no other debt. So for us, we're really kind of between baby step 3 and baby step 4. We don't need to save a down payment on a home because we've already got the home. But we're just not quite yet making 15% or saving 15% of our income. We'll get there. Some of the things that we've learned. In the past, I just knew that I needed to pay less for the stuff we bought than most folks do. I knew that we needed to be frugally minded. And we've done things to be that. We coupon. So we pay a fraction of the cost for all our health and beauty stuff. Shampoos, razors, toothbrushes, toothpaste, all of that stuff. We pay a fraction of what the average person costs. For many, many years, we bought the vast majority of our clothing secondhand. And the clothing that we don't buy, say, I gotta have new socks. But I don't ever pay full price for new socks. I watch and I keep my eyes open. And when I see socks that I'll like and I'll wear, when I see them on sale, I'll buy them. And sometimes I'll buy 3 or 4 packs. So by living this way, we've kept our expenses very low, but we've not managed our money at all. So we just save keep as much of a cushion as we can in our bank account. And then when crazy stuff pops up, like a transmission, it comes out, and then we scramble to try to get some of that money back in the bank account. And in recent months, we've had a lot of setbacks. We had a refrigerator go out. We had transmission go out, and there's been several. So that system was really starting to catch up with us. We just kept putting out and wasn't prepared for any of them. How we're dealing with it now, we've got an actual every dollar app, and as we march on, we start to see things that aren't being taken care of, and we're starting to see real numbers in money, what we really have in income. For example, the money we get from Ibotta and Ebates, we've never counted that. It just went into the account and it just kind of dissipated somewhere, who knows where. Scrapping. I don't scrap a lot. Like, I don't go out and look for scrap, but I don't miss it either. I hauled off an old junk computer from my in-laws the other day, and I saved all the cords. I'll sell those. Again, we've never counted that as income. The money just went into the bank and just disappeared. So we've got more money coming in than we thought. Other things that we do for income, little things here and there. And by the way, it's good to have multiple streams of income. Now we have a real good picture, an accurate picture of how much money's coming in. We now have, the app has sections, and there were glaring omissions in our lifestyle. Insurance. I personally, just between you and I kind of hate insurance. But that's probably a whole nother video. It's still necessary, it's still needed. We have homeowners on our home. We have rental property insurance on our rental property, which was an income that we never really counted before either. Now we've got that kind of worked out, and we've moved the rental income, and instead of it just going into our personal account, it goes into our business account. So that's an improvement. But we've got rental insurance, we've got homeowners, and we've got the minimum insurance on both of our vehicles because they're old. But we don't have dental insurance, we don't have optical insurance, and we don't have life insurance on either one of us. And we're likely not going to have it on me. But my wife is young and healthy, so that's a oversight we're going to correct. We began to look at our insurance. You know, sometimes like insurance, for example, you'll set up a policy with, a friend or an agent and years go by and you never really check to see if you can get a better deal. I started realizing that, and right now we're getting quotes from multiple locations, we're hoping to add life and get a bundle discount on all our policies. What I really hope is when we come through this, that we'll have all of the insurance we had prior, plus life, for less money. That's my hope. So, but we had holes in it, insurance. We realized that we had holes as well. We weren't saving money to replace appliances. We weren't saving money to replace technology like our computers, our phones, and that type of thing, our printers and yada yada. We weren't saving money on our auto policy. It come due, we would take the money out of the bank and pay it. Now we're doing the envelope system that Dave Ramsey suggests, and it won't be as much of a pain as it's been recently. We have no real investment, and we're now looking to invest. I actually went to the bank today, our bank, and talked to them about opening an IRA. So there's some things like that. We've seen holes and we've seen pluses and minuses, and I'm excited. My wife, Jerry, it bothers her a little because right now her mindset is she's got $20 a month right now to just blow on whatever. Everything else comes out of the budget. She stops for a Coke every morning. It's $1.07 at McDonald's. It comes out of the groceries, or actually out of our restaurants. So in her mind, she's seeing that I work hard and I just get $20 a month. I've yet to get her to realize that she also gets everything else that's in that budget. So we've got an uphill battle, but it's one that's worth climbing. It's a war that's worth waging, and I see our finances have grown by leaps and bounds in about 6 weeks. So we're going to bring you along. As soon as I get more comfortable with the every dollar, I'm going to do a every dollar video with you, how to and like that. There's also a premium version, but I don't see a need for us to have the premium. So that's where we're at. The only debt is our home and a 0% interest loan on our home. We lack a little bit in the insurance, but we're gaining ground, and I'll let you know how this all pans out. We hope that we'll be able to help you along the way, and honestly, we hope that you'll be able to help us along the way with your ideas and tips and information and your experiences. Are you on a debt-free journey? Are you doing the baby steps? And if so, how's it working out for you? Please let us know. As always, guys, if you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. Share the video around. Hit the little subscribe button. And if you ring that little bell, you'll never miss anything we're doing, and it would help our family out a great deal. Godspeed. We appreciate you guys always.